very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause.
Hello and welcome to Griffo's Retro Gaming, which today is all about my Pokemon collection. It's by no means complete, but I'm getting there. It's very close. I have completed the Game Boy Advance, which I'll show you in a moment. I'm only one game off the original Game Boy, and I'm one game off the GameCube, which is down there. I'll show you in a moment. So today I'll just quickly go through what I have. I won't be unboxing anything because they are quite pristine and I want to keep them in a good condition. With my original Game Boy games and Game Boy Color, the one that I'm off is Game Boy Puzzle Challenge, which I believe a lot of people are off that. I do have the cartridge, but for my collection I want everything to be boxed, so I've not ticked it off as yet. But I do have Crystal, which you can see, Silver and Gold. They were Generation 2, so that incorporated new Pokemon. And I've got Yellow, Blue and Red, all boxed. And Pokemon Trading Card Game, which was a bargain buy, all boxed in nice condition. And Pokemon Pinball, which my mum treated me to. The only thing I'm missing off Pokemon Pinball actually is the battery. I do have the battery cover and the baggie for the actual cartridge. So on the Game Boy Advance, I got Pokemon Fire Red just at the weekend. I've been searching for this for ages for a good price, and I did buy it for a really decent price considering how much they do go for on eBay, and it is in beautiful, immaculate condition to go with my leaf green. I don't know if you can just see, but I have got Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, and then I've got Pokemon Pinball for the Game Boy Advance, not to be confused with the Game Boy Color one, and the Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon, just on a side note, a lad gave me the cartridge at work, which was really nice of him. I had to buy the instruction and the box, which I did separately. That is a good way of completing games actually, and it can keep the cost down. I did do it with Pokemon Crystal. I bought the cartridge for £20, and then I bought the box and instructions for £35, which does sound an awful lot, but it was £55 in total, and it's in really good condition. Some of the Pokemon Crystal games, if you buy it complete, can be about £70–80, so that was better for me. It was a lot cheaper, and something to consider if you are getting into collecting games. The next lot that I have is the DS. Now I am quite away from the full collection of the DS. I do have the Pokemon White console, all boxed. I have Soul Silver, Heart Gold, all packaged. It has been used, but all packaged and complete. I don't use the ones that are in here. I have a separate Pokewalker and separate cartridges. These are my favourite games, and I consider them too precious to actually take out. I do have some sealed games as well. I've got White and Black that are sealed, White 2 and Explorers of Time Mystery Dungeon. I am after getting all the Pokemon DS games complete and sealed. It's proving harder than I thought though. I thought with them being quite new it would be a lot easier, but it's not, and some of them are quite expensive. I also have a typing game as well, which you don't see too often. I have heard that it's rubbish, but I haven't been on it because it's sealed. Okay, so I have a Pokemon Stadium just at the bottom here. I also have the American as well, which was given to me by someone that I know on one of the local groups, which was really nice of him. I actually like the box art on the American more than the British. It's just got everything all over it compared to the British one, which just says Nintendo 64 on the sides. For the GameCube, the one that I'm missing is Pokemon XD, which is upwards again of £60, so I'm biding my time on that. I'm hoping that I can find a cheaper version, maybe at a car boot sale, but we'll see. I do have the complete Wii. There was only 3 of them anywhere in the UK, which was Poker Park 2 and Battle Revolution. I have Pokemon Colosseum with the memory card, and I have Pokemon Channel. Oh, I am missing Pokemon Box as well for the GameCube, which I'll pick up at some point. I have been looking at that sealed, which is around 70 I've seen, so again, that's something I might look at later. So for the Nintendo 64, I have Snap, but I only have the cartridge. I want that boxed. So for the purposes of my collection and ticking off, I haven't ticked it off as yet. I've got Puzzle League, which is the Australian version, but that doesn't bother me too much. I thought it would, but I can live with that until I find a sealed, maybe, if I can afford it. Again, I'm looking at about £80 to £100 for a sealed version of that, but for the moment, I can live with that. Also, I have the N64. I'm looking for a box for that. Very hard to find. I'm also looking for the Pokemon Battle Stadium as well, which it looks like it's still blue, but it looks like it's got a tattoo of certain Pokemon on the side, and the pad's the other way around, so it's yellow on the front and blue on the back. This one's blue on the front and yellow on the back. And lastly, the new generation of Pokemon games. I'm holding off on these for now because you can still buy them sealed quite easily. I am focusing more on the older lot, which are obviously a lot harder to find. But I've got Pokemon Sun, Bian as well. I don't want to move it in case something drops, but I've got Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. All of them are the fan editions with the Steelbook, and that's what I'm looking for Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun and Pokemon Moon as well. I will be getting Pokemon Y sealed. I haven't got Pokemon X yet to go with that, but again, I'm not too bothered because I know that I can find them sealed. I have the Pikachu camera, which has been a bit of a thorn in my side. It was faulty. The flash didn't work. Somebody managed to get the flash working for me, which was absolutely fantastic. But me, being a klutz, broke the Diglett button. But it's still great for my collection to have in there. When I do find another one, I will be replacing this because sadly the Diglett button is broke. But yeah, that's my collection. It is a work in progress as well. Like I say, I am trying to find everything sealed. I will be doing updates on when I get new things to go in there. I'm looking at consoles, especially for the Advance, because I haven't got one, where I have for the Game Boy, I have for the 3DS. By the way, the 3DS, the Pikachu edition one, is still sealed. I won that in a raffle, which I was nearly fainted when I won it. I was absolutely delighted. So that's my next port of call, getting a Game Boy Advance, maybe the Rayquaza or the Torchic one. Okay, so that's my collection. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will be back soon with more.
Our hearts so true, our courage will